You're in Braves country. You're in Braves country.
drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
you're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of the...
You're in Braves country.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside, get set for what should be a great day on Braves Country Radio. We'll go through the lineups today as the game moves along. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. Long time no see. See if we can get a split in this series, in this doubleheader. We've already lost the series. But if we could get a split, I think we feel a lot better about things as we are just about set. Good evening, Mark, Rickey, Ricardo, Uncle Charlie, my man Nathaniel Brooks, Gary the Real McCoy, Travis, who else do we have here? JC, good to see you. Jose, no way Jose Rosario's in here today. Daniel Barry. Merrill. John. I'm sure Hillian's in here. I assume we've got King James Hagan in here at some point. What you talking about, Willis Mathis? I see you. I see Charlie Elrod. Justin Green Machine. Beckett. I'm sure we got other Jameson, there you are, Crymore, SS Dub. I'm sure we got others coming into the chat as the game goes on, doubleheader. It's always tough for everybody to get everything done in between games. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, pitch by pitch, play by play, Chris Sale versus Zach Wheeler. Don't go anywhere. This ought to be a good one. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct
will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
All right, Braves country, let's get to it. Had to scurry around here to get some things done in the break and then also get ready for the lineups. As looks like they are just about set. We're going to go ahead and play the intro to get you ready here. Atlanta Braves are going to be wearing their road blues, gray pants, Atlanta across the chest, in red, outlined in white with the tomahawk underneath, just the same. Names on the back, just the same, red and outlined in white, and the names in white, navy ball cap, and the white A representing the city of Atlanta. Philadelphia is wearing their home whites, pinstripes, a la New York Yankees style, with Phillies across the chest in red. Thank you, Jason. And thank you, Uncle Charlie Fritz, earlier. We put it on the screen, but I don't think I was able to tell you hi. First pitch on the way, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way is Ronald Acuna Jr. has fouled off his leg, and here we go. We've already got SSAJ going to the IL with a popped elbow. They're going to send him back to Atlanta to get him checked out. This pitch looked like it hit him in the leg protector, but he's limping around. Righty-righty matchup. 0-1. Pitch on the way, 97, high and out of the zone. It's 1-1. We've got that going on. Of course, Stuart Fairchild with a separated finger. He may be able to pinch run tonight. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Sweeper up top. What you're going to see from Wheeler, he is a rare jump ball pitcher with extreme velocity. He has 6 different pitches. Leans on the four-seam fastball 41% of the time is the 1-2. High and out of the zone, 2-2. And it's a good one. He can normally place it anywhere he wants to. Then the sinker and sweeper come in 15% of the time. Splitter at 11 and the cut and curve at 10, so you really can't sit on anything. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball blew it right by him, went away. And he tends to mow down the Braves batters. There have been other teams that have been able to figure him out from time to time, especially those in our division. I've talked about this before, where it would drive me insane to see everybody else get to him, and we rarely do. Now, earlier in the year, we had a matchup, but that was very early in the season, and we got to him, but that's the beginning of the year. First pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin is dribbled over to third, and that's an easy 5-3 put out, 2 down. So expect the Braves to struggle while he is in the game. The key is to eat some pitches. Whether Tim Heyer focused on that during the break, who knows? But if they can eat some pitches, get him out of the game. The back of the Phillies bullpen was used to win Game 1. They have nothing, essentially, for back of the bullpen for Game 2. They got a couple of guys, but they're not what they used in Game 1. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is 98 miles an hour up top. Four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. 98 out of the zone. 2-0. JT Real Muto is behind home plate. Swing and a miss. Trying to connect on that sweeper. 2-1. Two-one count. Rocks and fires. 97 just misses outside. Ball 3-1. Left to right around the infield. Round the horn, you've got Sosa at third. To Turner at short. Second base is Stott, and first base is Bone with JT behind the plate. Left to right in the outfield, it's Wilson, Rojas, and Castellanos. The 3-1 chops it off his foot. 3-2. Another sinker. I mean, almost hit him in the exact same spot that Acuna got. He's going to take a second to walk it off. I actually got him on the back toe. I thought it hit him on that front leg. So a full count to Ozuna. 9 home runs on the year. They set up outside the payoff pitch. Outside wide ball forward. He'll head on down to first. By the way, we forgot to put this in. I thought I sent it. Our pick to click today was Acuna. Give me a second, Charlie. I'll get the sale in at the break. First pitch on the way to Olsen is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. I had 35 things to do during the break. I only got 34 done, evidently. The 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Hammers it down the first base line, but foul. 0-2. If you're wondering about their matchups, no one really hits Wheeler very well. Acuna with the best numbers, but no one really has great numbers, so they have a lot of exposure to him. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Wheeler rolling through this lineup. He did walk Ozuna. That's about it. We'll be back in a flash. It's Sale's turn to shut him down when we return.
So my wife and I share a sense of humor.
No, we don't.
We have to because she doesn't have one.
Those people told you for days in advance that if the university sought to go ahead with that construction, they were going to physically destroy the university. Now, why did you
negotiate many times?
Negotiate? What is to negotiate? What is?
Well, the university is a public institution.
That's right. But the university,
for its own community and for the community of Berkeley that live around it.
All of it began the first time some of you who know better and are old enough to know better let young people think that they had the right to choose the laws they would obey as long as they were doing it in the name of social protest.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. In 1978, the Yankees handed out candy bars with Reggie Jackson on the wrapper called Reggie Bars. When Jackson was playing for the Baltimore Orioles, he said, "If I played in New York, they'd name a candy bar after me." In a 1947 college baseball game between Yale and Fordham, each team had a very notable player. The first baseman for Yale was future President George H.W. Bush, and the Fordham center fielder was legendary Dodgers announcer Vin Scully. H.W. Bush and Yale would go on to win the game 3-1.
You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, grand slam home run to win a baseball game. And that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. It can bring you up here, and don't get too damn cocky, because tomorrow it can bring you down there. See? But one thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Welcome back. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, and Alec Bohm will lead it off. Nick Allen is at short today for the second game. So it's Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen in the infield. Drake Baldwin behind home plate. Verdugo is in left. Harris in center. As the first pitch on the way is swung on and popped up. High towering fly ball, but Harris has it. Easy F8 in your scorecard, one away. Verdugo to Harris to Acuna, out in the outfield, left to right. And strangely enough, not that it's that strange, but it's strange because it's a lefty-lefty matchup. Kyle Schwarber has dominated Chris Sale. First pitch on the way is a fastball off the edge. 1-0. He is 4 for 9 lifetime with 4 home runs. 1-0. Swing, lifts it high. Not very deep. Getting underneath it, fighting the sun, is Verdugo for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. So far, so good on that stint. Bohm, your batter. He'll be followed by Castellanos, Real Muto, Sosa, Wilson, Stott, and then Rojas. The Braves in the next inning will have Riley, Ozzie, and Verdugo, 5, 6, 7 hitters, followed by Harris and Allen. First pitch on the way is 94 right down the pipe. P at the knees, it's 0-1. 272 on the year, 4 home runs for Bohm. He still hasn't touched home plate on that Sunday night game. The 0-1. Slider, misses. 1-1 count. Brings it inside, almost gets him. 2-1. That slider bent way in. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Bottom of the first, just getting going here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. The 2-1. 95 right there. Bangs the black on the intercut, 2-2. 2-2 count. Good to see you, David. I don't think I saw you in the opening. The 2-2 swing. Smoked off the chest of Riley, and he's going to have to stick it in his pocket. That ball ate him up. It should be an infield single, I would think. That ball was absolutely scorched. He would have liked to have made the play, but that's not one you can assume. I mean, my word, that ball, 104 miles an hour off the bat, they're calling that. If anybody in the chat was standing down there at third, they would have dove in the other direction and cried for dear help. First pitch on the way to Castellanos, 95, just missed inside. It's 1-0. Runner at first, 2 outs, the 1-0. 95, that one did miss inside too. Two-0 count. Sale comes set. Rips and brings it. Inside, that pitch is nowhere near the zone. Ball 3-0. Chris Sale struggling here in the opening inning once again to find command. We see that quite a bit with him. Usually by the third or fourth, he settles down. The 3-0 right there, down the pipe, taking all the way was Castellanos. 3-1. Probably a good thing he was taking that one. That one was right in Castellanos' wheelhouse. He went 4 for 4 last game, all singles right up the middle, so he's seeing the ball well. The 3-1, swing, rips it straight back. Woo, he had that thing teed up. If you're following along at home, you see anybody who rifles it straight back to the backstop like that? He almost got that one. Full count. Runner will be on the go with 2 outs at first. The payoff pitch, swung on, chops it off his inside step. We'll do it again. If the Braves can win this game, it would tie up the season series with Philadelphia. Braves took the first 2 out of 3 in Philly. This is going to be the 7th pitch of the at-bat by Chris Sale. Payoff pitch. Swing, rattles that foul down the line. We'll do it again. One thing's for sure, Alec Boehm's getting a workout running back and forth from first to second. Appreciate you spending your Thursday evening here in Braves country. Haven't already, smash that like and subscribe and share it so we can help this channel grow. The 3-2. Caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Gas on the inside block. That'll end the inning. Sale gives up the infield single, but that's it. We head to the top of 2-0-0 here in Braves country.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. At Fenway Park, which is the home of the Boston Red Sox, there is a lone red seat in the right field bleachers. The seat signifies the longest home run ever hit in the ballpark. The home run was hit by Ted Williams in 1946 and was officially measured at 502 feet. In 1985, third baseman Mike Schmidt criticized his own Philly fans for booing him by calling them uncontrollable and beyond help. Once he got back to Philadelphia, he was scared the fans would throw stuff at him on the field, so he decided to wear an outfit of a wig and sunglasses. If you ever want to break into Randy Johnson's house, you might want to think again. When being interviewed about gun violence in 1995, Johnson was quoted as saying, "I don't own a gun, but I keep a bag of baseballs near our bed. If someone breaks in, they better be wearing a batting helmet because I'm going to throw at their head."
Baseball is good, an honorable profession, a great challenge. It has blessed me, I blessed it, and it has blessed our country. Branch Rickey.
He was born on an Ohio farm in 1881 and named Wesley Branch Rickey for John Wesley, the founder of his family's Methodist faith. He was a pious, hard-working boy who memorized scripture, taught himself Greek, Latin, and algebra, and promised his mother never to drink or swear or violate the Sabbath. But he was mad about baseball, learned to play in the backyard with a ball stitched by his mother, followed every move of the Cincinnati Reds, and became a good enough catcher with the Duck Run, Ohio team to consider a professional career. Still, the game was not a proper livelihood for a God-fearing young man, and so he abandoned baseball to teach school in Turkey Creek, Ohio. But Branch Rickey would one day become what one sports writer called the most original mind and the best organizer the game has ever produced. And in 1947, he would help make baseball, in truth, what it had always claimed to be, the national pastime.
Welcome back. Brian, he's already gone. We're not playing that game. Righty-righty matchup to start it up. First pitch on the way. 97 miles an hour right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. 1-1. Swing, rips it down the left field line. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. We want everybody to have fun, but just to come in here and start cursing at people for no apparent reason, we'll just send you down to the funny farm. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Austin Riley batting .275 on the year. 8 home runs, 28 RBI. He, like everyone else, does not hit Wheeler well. Really, the big key is to get some pitches up on Wheeler and get him out of there. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. My biggest hope is that he just doesn't have it, and he's all over the place, and he runs his pitch count up, and the Braves don't bury themselves early. When we get into that bullpen, we should be okay. The 1-2, swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Phillies used both of their primary setup man and their closer in Game 1. Braves used Daysbel Hernandez, and you can rank them how you want, but they normally have him in the back of the pen, and they used Pierce Johnson. 1-2, misses high, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Brings it, swing, pops it back, foul down towards the first base side, giving Chase's Bohm just out of his reach. It'll bounce into the crowd. Looking at who the Braves would have available in that bullpen, De Los Santos was not used. Iglesias was not used. Montero, Lee. You could, in theory, use a guy twice, but you just don't see it anymore. The 2-2, down and away, 3-2. The wind is picking up and blowing out. We talked about that in Game 1, how it was a very calm wind, but it was projected to pick up this evening, and it looks like we're going to call it 15 to 20 miles an hour blowing left to right. The payoff pitch, swing, broken bat. Trey Turner has to dodge the bat and flip it over to first. He does. 6-3 put out, one away. That bat shattered and was rifling towards Trey Turner to his right. It's fortunate that bat didn't actually come to him. It missed the trajectory of the ball by, we'll say that it went to the right of the ball by maybe 6 feet, 7 feet, just enough for Turner to be in between the ball and the bat. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is a bending curveball down below the knees. It's 1-0. I mean, if I'm Tim Hyer during that break of Games 1 and Game 2, I talk to the guys and say the number one thing I need you to do in this game is eat strikes. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Because we can assume that we're not going to score a ton of runs on Wheeler. So let's go ahead and run his pitch count up and get him the hell out of there by the 5th or 6th. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 97, 1-2. If it's in the zone, I'm not saying to continue to take a bunch of strikes, but make sure it's a strike and make sure he throws you that first strike. Don't help him out. 1-2 count. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn. Over by first, Bohm has it. In foul territory, 2 down. Wheeler's at 28 pitches right now. That's about where you want to be, but if you consistently push that number up, all it takes is one long inning and you can get him out by the end of the 5th, even early 6th. You let him get a couple of quick innings, we're talking 7th inning, 8th inning. We've seen it many times with Zach Wheeler. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if he holds a grudge that the Braves didn't draft him as the 97-mile-an-hour fastball to start the at-bat to Verdugo, the number 7 hitters, off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. But it always seems like he's got something against us. Started with the Mets, went to the Phillies in free agency. The 1-0. Swing, chops it down the first base line. That is a foul ball, barely foul. Probably a good thing. It looked like most likely Verdugo would have been out at first, but it would have been a fairly close play because Bohm was not going to be able to make the play. He was going to have to make a difficult throw to Wheeler covering the bag. And it looked like to me that Wheeler was a little slow getting out of the box. So 2 outs, a 1-1 count to Verdugo. Batting .268 on the year, 10 RBI. Still looking for his first home run. The 1-1 to Alex. Swing pops it up towards shallow left field. Coming in, making the easy catches, Wes Wilson. That'll end the inning. Braves go down 1-2-3 in order. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Oh, I woke up sexy as hell again today.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every week. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans.
I do not wake up feeling like $1,000,000. I, in fact, wake up feeling like insufficient funds.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. The legendary Derek Jeter holds a pretty impressive record. He's played the most games at one defensive position without ever playing another, with 2,674 games at shortstop. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer is arguably the best Orioles pitcher ever. He had the most wins in the 70s and was remarkably good at limiting homers. Over his 19-year career in the league, Palmer never gave up a grand slam or allowed back-to-back home runs. Herman Long was a shortstop who played at the turn of the 20th century who set a record in 1889. The record he set was the most errors in a single season with 122, which he accomplished in just 136 games. For reference, the most errors by a player in 2021 was only 24.
1889. If I cannot get my release, I must protect myself in another way. I'm over 40 and my fielding ain't so good, though I can still hit some. But I will say this, no man is going to sell my carcass unless I get half. Deacon White, Pittsburgh Alleghenies.
There was a time when the National League stood for integrity and fair dealing. Today it stands for dollars and cents. Once it looked to the elevation of the game and an honest exhibition of the sport. Today its eyes are on the turnstile. Players have been bought, sold, and exchanged as though they were sheep instead of American citizens. John Montgomery Ward.
Chris Sale goes back to work. You missed game one and you didn't see the news. Stuart Fairchild, dislocated finger. He is out of the game. They did not put him on the IL, so they may try to see how the swelling heals. His first pitch on the way is 93, right there on the outer edge. JT Real Muto. That's all I want. He's not an everyday player, so if it's only going to be a few days before he could swing a bat. The 0-1 inside. The other option would obviously be to go ahead and put him on the IL and call somebody else up. You're not really worried about Stuart Fairchild losing his rust on his bat while he goes on the IL as the 1-1 off the plate too. Maybe buy you a little time. It's the 2-1 pitch. Swing lifted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Verdugo gets it back in quickly, but it's a leadoff single for the Phillies. When you're looking at the fact that Jurickson Profar will be eligible to come off the suspension list in early July, Stuart Fairchild's days are essentially numbered if everybody else stays healthy. I saw some folks trying to make the argument yesterday on X that they should keep Fairchild and get rid of Verdugo as the first pitch on the way, swing and miss. That's all I want. And though I wish Verdugo had the speed and the glove that Fairchild has, the simple fact of the matter is you already have a right-handed outfielder on the bench with good speed and a good glove in Eli White as the 0-1's chopped off the instep. It's 0-2. So you bring Profar on. He's a switch hitter. He'll be in there majority of the games. You really need those bats off the bench of Verdugo and an Eli White to complement each other on lefty-righty. 0-2 count. Check swing. Did he go around? Looked like he did. Strike 3. Got him. One away. Pitch was in the dirt. Sosa could not hold off on that one. Chris Sale, his second strikeout of the game. That'll bring Wilson to the plate. First pitch on the way, swung on and pops it up. High into center field, camping underneath it is Harris for out number 2. I was about to say Weston Wilson is known to swing early in the count, but he's got a pretty good bat. And he can get into hot streaks, so you got to be careful with him. He's not a backup on the bench that you can just kind of lay it in there on. He went on a tear last summer for about 2 months. Bryson Stott standing in as the number 8 hitter now with 2 down. First pitch to Stott, 96 right there. It's 0-1. JT Real Muto used to be a real threat to steal, doesn't do it much nowadays. He used to be a catcher that could steal 20 bags a year plus. The 0-1, 96 way outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Sales at 26 pitches, so he gets out of this fairly quickly. He's okay on that. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Bottom of the second, the 1-1. Swing, swats it back foul. It's 1-2. Braves go straight back home tomorrow, and we've got the Boston Red Sox coming in for 3 before an off day. The 1-2, way outside wide slider, about a foot off the plate, 2-2. Two count. Sale flips it over to first real quick. Quick move by Sale trying to get Real Muto leaning. As we head into the month of June, is the 2-2. Just did not get him to go around on that one. It's a full count now. So playing with his food a little bit on a 3-2. If you're getting ahead 0-2, danger of walking a batter and putting the go-ahead run in scoring position. The payoff pitch. 98, misses high, ball 4. As we head into June, Braves will be at home 3 against Boston this weekend and then 3 at home against Arizona with a day off in between on Monday. Then we head back out to San Francisco on Friday night. It's a 10:15 first pitch. And then to Milwaukee. First pitch on the way, belted. High and deep. But that is not going to get out. Just got underneath that one. Rojas was going for the downs, and he almost got it. We get in out of that one. That was a hanger. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. We go to the top of 3 and grab the sticks.
Bo body. What does the first B stand for?
What are we doing?
We're making acronyms. Okay, what does the first B stand for?
Business.
I like it.
We need a new manager.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known, Part 18. Kirk Gibson walking off Game 1 of the 1988 World Series is one of the most iconic home runs of all time. Despite how famous the play is, nobody knows where the home run ball itself is located. The bat, helmet, and jersey from that moment are all accounted for, but the ball has seemingly disappeared. Camden Yards is where the Baltimore Orioles play their home games. The ballpark was actually built very close to where Babe Ruth was born. In fact, Ruth's father allegedly owned a pub exactly where center field is today. Kevin Youkilis is known for having a very interesting batting stance. He's also known for working a lot of walks and having a great mindset at the plate. Over his 10-year career, he had 297 plate appearances that went to a 3-0 count, and every single time he didn't swing the bat.
Armchair.
New York Giants second baseman John Montgomery Ward was a rarity among players, a graduate of the Columbia Law School. And in an age when workers everywhere were struggling to win their rights, he was willing to take on the club owners on their own terms. Ward publicly denounced the reserve clause, which now kept every player from deciding for himself where he wished to play, and forced him to accept whatever wage his owner was willing to pay.
There is now no escape for the player. If he attempts to elude the operation of the rule, he becomes at once a professional outlaw, and the hand of every club is against him. Like a fugitive slave law, the reserve clause denies him a harbor or a livelihood, and carries him back bound and shackled to the club from which he attempted to escape. We have, then, the curious result of a contract which on its face is for 7 months, being binding for life. John Montgomery Ward.
Welcome back. Michael Harris II will stand in. First pitch on the way to Michael. Righty-lefty matchup is 87 just inside. Splitter misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, rifles it foul and out of play. 1-1. A.J. Smith-Shawver was put on the IL immediately today. They're going to send him back to Atlanta to do further testing. But I hate to tell y'all that the worst is probably about to come. It's 1-1 down and in, 2-1. Everything, every indication. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I do play one here on Braves Country Radio. Every indication, it sounds like something as bad as possibly Tommy John. 2-1, misses high, 3-1. 3-1 count. Comes set, brings it. Swing, fouls it back, 3-2. Full count from Wheeler. The payoff pitch, Michael digs in. Swing, slaps it back foul. Seven pitches in the at-bat so far. Wheeler comes set. The payoff pitch. Swing, rifles that one back foul. Will do it again. Standing on deck is Nick Allen, getting the start after getting the seat with Luke Williams. The full count offering from Wheeler. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the curveball. Put him in a steady diet of fastballs. He changed speeds, and that's a hard pitch to react to when you've been seeing 97 about letter high, and then you get 82 at the knees. One down, Nick Allen, the batter. First pitch on the way to Allen, inside, 98 miles an hour. Almost gets him in on the hands. It's 1-0. Braves so far doing a good job of working the counts, making Wheeler work. He's at 40 pitches here in the third. Just got to keep it up. The 1-0. Inside, misses. They call that a strike. It was not. Well inside, 1-1. 1-1 count. He set up inside again. Inside almost gets him in the hand. In fact, he swung at it. Are they going to give him a hit by pitch? Trying to see, man, he swung at a pitch that hit at his hands. I believe, trying to get another look at the home plate umpire, Mark Wagner. I think he's giving him first base. Giving him the benefit of the doubt. We'll have to see what happens here. They're checking on him right now. I mean, we got to get out of this dump and get back to Atlanta. We're getting hurt left and right. We're hurting guys left and right. Got him right hand on the knuckles. Of course, that's his throwing hand. Allen talking to the trainer. He's probably saying something to the effect of, man, it's not good, but I can still hit better than Luke Williams. They did not give him the base. They're calling that a swinging strike. So it's a 1-2 count. I thought at first he pointed down to first base, home plate umpire Wagner, but he did not. He was signaling that it was a dead ball. So it's a 1-2 count. That's just insult to injury there. Get hit on the knuckles and you don't get the base. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Allen doesn't like the call. Probably didn't want to swing the bat. His hand's probably still a stinging. So 2 down, and Ronald Acuna Jr. come to the plate. One thing we do have here is we've got a handful of guys at the top that maybe get into one for Wheeler. I don't expect to get big rallies against him, but maybe we can knock one out. First pitch on the way is 97 upstairs. It's 1-0. It'd be great if the one that goes out has a man or two on. Wheeler. 1-0. Turns and fires. Sweeper at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Acuna struck out his first time up on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Pitch on the way. In under his hands. Sinker. It's 1-2. Braves next few days. Friday night. It's against Boston at 7:15 as the 1-2's inside 2-2. Remember that broadcast is on Apple if you're trying to follow along at home. Saturday, it's a 4:10 start, and Sunday, it's a 1:35 start. The 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout. Acuna looks lost up there against Wheeler. We'll be back in a flash. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. It's sales time to put up that 0.
I'm not crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't even believe that.
How you doing? Hi, sir. I would like to look at your most expensive Hank Aaron card, please.
Got just the one. Only 4 in circulation, $31,000.
Oh, well, that's very, very fine. Yeah. Let me look at your least expensive Hank Aaron card, please.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Stan Musial is one of the most underrated players of all time. He had 3,630 hits, which puts him 4th on the all-time list. But weirdly enough, Stan the Man had exactly 1,815 hits at home and exactly 1,815 hits on the road.
In Spanish?
Yes.
Gracias todos para los... I don't know how to say compliments.
No?
Compliments.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
So, who else hates it when you get up on a Monday morning?
Although the first World Series had been a huge success, the reputation of the game continued to suffer as brawling fans drove away paying customers. Now, Ban Johnson ordered his American League owners to have their stadiums patrolled to keep rowdiness down. Players and managers, as well as fans, were expected to behave.
Welcome back. Braves have two more road series that are out west, and they both happen before the All-Star break. You're trying to plan your listening schedule. We're in San Francisco next weekend for a 10:15 start on Friday. The other two are reasonable, the 4:05 first pitch. And then just before the All-Star break is the first pitch on the way. Trey Turner's a four-seam fastball up high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. We are in Sacramento playing the Athletics. All three of those games are late games. 10:05, 10:05, and 9:05. 1-0. Fouled back 1-1. After that, when we come back from the All-Star break, schedule goes a lot into the Braves' favor, but mainly we don't have to go out west the rest of the year, which is nice. We normally have at least one more long trip. I think the furthest west we go after that is probably Texas. There's a 1-1 slider right there on the outer edge, 1-2. Double checking it right now. We play some teams from the West Coast, but we do not travel. Yeah, Texas is as far west as we go. The 1-2, slider down and in, 2-2. 2-2 count. Coming off that All-Star break, we'll host the Yankees, Giants, and then go to that Texas series. It gets rolling quickly when we come out of that break. 2-2 from Sale. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him. Good bender. One away. That's that pitch by Sale. If he can place that to right-handed batters, it is just right there on the edge of the strike zone that you can't lay off, but it's so hard to make contact with it because you're thinking also in the back of your mind he could be bringing 96 at me. Kyle Schwarber, the batter, he flew out his first time up. First pitch, right there at the knees. It's 0-1. 4 home runs lifetime versus Sale. The 0-1 from Sale. Schwarber. Slider, did he go around? Looked like he did. He did. 0-2. Sale so far with 3 strikeouts. I saw y'all talking in the chat about how Wheeler already has 5, and I'll tell you what, I'd rather him get strikeouts than one-pitch grounders. Let him waste some pitches. Get him out of the game. The 0-2 count. Outside wide, 1-2. Braves have yet to get a base hit. They do have a walk from Ozuna, so he doesn't have a perfect game intact, but he does have a no-hitter going 2-3. 1-2. Nasty slider. I don't know how Schwarber laid off of that one. 2-2. Standing on deck is Bohm. If they keep the line moving, it'll be Castellanos. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Bottom of the third. The 2-2. Way outside wide. Fastball. Full count. Chris Sale. Got to bear down here. You don't want to start putting ducks on the pond with the middle of the order. The Payoff pitch to Schwarber. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider, the bender on the outer edge. 2 away. Good pitch by Sale. He is starting to look like Cy Sale from last year. These last handful of starts. First pitch on the way to Bohm is a bender. Strike 1. Chris Sale, 89% of his pitches nowadays is either the four-seam or the slider. He throws that change about 8% of the time, and the sinker is really just a show-me pitch at 3%. The 0-1. Bangs it back foul, it's 0-2. What I've noticed that typically that sinker, he typically goes to that when he needs a ground ball, when he's got guys on base, when he's trying to induce a double play. Because they'll roll over it to the left side. The 0-2 swats it back foul. 96 upstairs. Do it again. But that slider, when it's working, it's so good. That's why he uses it so often, because it is such a difficult pitch for righties and lefties. If he keeps it away from being flat. The 0-2. 96, caught, looking strike 3. Sit down, baby. We're heading to the top of the 4th. 0-0 in Philadelphia.
On the subject of this service, what is your opinion of war protesters, and would you today refuse to be drafted?
Honey, I just tend to keep my own personal views about that to myself, because I'm just an entertainer, and I'd really not say.
Do you think other entertainers should keep their views to themselves too?
No, I can't even say that.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Clayton Kershaw is without a doubt a Hall of Famer. In Kershaw's family, he had a great uncle named Clyde Tombaugh. He was an astronomer who, over 100 years ago, discovered the planet Pluto. For those who don't know, eye black is a black adhesive that is used by players to limit glare from the sun. But did you know that none other than Babe Ruth allegedly invented it? Around the 1930s, Ruth was getting distracted by the sun, so he put some black grease under his eyes, and the rest is history.
John Joseph McGraw, player-manager of the contentious Baltimore Orioles, had been one of the first National Leaguers to jump to the American League in 1901. But he had not liked it there. He could not bear to have anyone tell him how to play the game. When McGraw refused to stop the constant abuse of umpires, for which he was infamous, Johnson suspended him. McGraw never forgave Johnson. He returned to the National League as manager of the New York Giants, a job he would hold for 31 years, leading his team to 10 pennants and ending in the first division 28 times. No one made a move on the field without his consent. McGraw was said once to have fined a player for hitting a home run that drove in 2 runs because he had ordered him to bunt. The main idea, John McGraw said, is to win. When McGraw won the National League pennant in 1904, he took an especially sweet revenge on Ban Johnson. Rather than have anything to do with the league that had suspended him, he simply refused to play the Boston Pilgrims for the championship. There was no World Series in 1904.
Braves Country Baseball, 0-0 your score. We head to the top of 4. Drake Baldwin will lead us off. He was first pitch swinging his first time up. 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded it over to third. First pitch here. Takes high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Drake Baldwin batting .333 on the year. The 1-0. Inside, cutter, 2-0. Drake Baldwin has 5 home runs, 15 RBI, and .903 OPS. The 2-0. Swing. Slices it back foul, 2-1. With A.J. Smith-Shawver looking to be about done, Drake Baldwin shoots up to the top of the Rookie of the Year talk now for the Braves. The 2-1 pitch, inside 3-1. Whether he'll get enough at bats to get the votes, that'll be the biggest question. But if he continues to play like he is, I think he might walk away with it. The 3-1 pitch, swing, hits it up the middle. It's going to be right to Turner. He'll get him out with the 6-3, and your scorecard 1 away. Toronto leads the Athletics 3-0 there in the second inning. So we do have other games in action now. We're the only game during the first game of the day on the matinee. Really strange. You normally don't see a Major League Baseball day where there's no games other than Friday and maybe Monday. But usually the middle of the week, the Wednesday, Thursday games, you usually have at least 1 or 2 day games scheduled. There wasn't until the rain out. First pitch on the way in there to Ozuna. It's 0-1. Wheeler is at 54 pitches. The 0-1. High and out of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. They were nitpicking that first strike on the television cast. That wasn't a terrible first strike. I can live with those. Pitch on the way, misses high. Evens at the count. It's now 2-2. It's the ones where they're so far off the plate that it expands the zone. If it's in the neighborhood, if it's right there, you can live with it. And with 2 strikes, you just have to swing. Time is called by Ozuna. Late timeout, but it was given by home plate umpire Wegner. Two count. Wheeler, swing, broken bat. That's going to get in for a base hit. So it's the first base hit of the game. The no-no's broken up, and let's see what we can get going here. Put a good swing on it. That bat will be retired and sent to the wood chipper. Man, our bat boy he does not look very athletic. He's slipping and sliding all over the field. I don't know if y'all can see it. I saw it on the Philadelphia broadcast. First pitch on the way to Olsen is a curveball off the edge. It's 0-1. I don't know how old he was. I'm thinking late teens, but I don't think he plays a lot of baseball in his downtime. I think he's more a World of Warcraft type kid. The 0-1. Swing, that ball's ripped into right field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Ozuna goes around first, head from first to third, is what I'm trying to say, and it's a 1-out double for the Ice House. We got something cooking here. How about that?
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Dropped it into that right field corner. By the time Castellanos got to it, both Olsen and Ozuna easily at second and third, and that'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley, first pitch on the way, 97. Outside wide, it's 1-0. One thing Riley's been going to have to fight recently is that he'll get runners in scoring position. He'll take the first thing that's anywhere near the zone and pop it up. I think the oppositions know that, and they're pitching him high at the 1-0. 98 outside wide, 2-0. 2 good takes there by Riley on this at bat. He's typically been reaching for, and I know what he's overexerting, trying to send the runner home. Maybe with Ozuna standing at third, it makes him a little more disciplined, realizing it's going to take more than just a typical fly ball. It's the 2-0 outside wide, 3-0. So Wheeler, in danger of loading the bases, standing on deck is Ozzie Albies. Verdugo is in the hole. Braves have second and third and one out. The 3-0 to Riley. Swing. Bangs it foul. 3-1. Four-seam fastball right down the pipe. Typically, you'd like the guys to take that pitch, but it was right there in his wheelhouse. I don't have a terrible problem with him swinging at that one. Just thankfully it wasn't anything that he regretted. The 3-1 to Riley. Swing, chops it over towards third. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. It's going to go in. 1 run will score. Your Atlanta Braves lead it 1-0. 2 runs will score. Your Atlanta Braves lead it 2-0. Austin Riley with the bases clearing double. Here we go.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Fastball in the inner cut might have been his sinker. Riley smoked it down the third base line. Sosa, valiant effort to dive for it, just missed it. He's able to knock it down. He's able to save one of those runs. But instead, it's 2-0 Atlanta. Ozzie Albies swing, lifts it high, deep, going back on the track. And that ball, zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 2-run shot, and the Wiz takes it deep. Number 6 on the year. 345 happy feet.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
21st RBI. 95 miles an hour off the bat. It just gets over the right field wall and into pay dirt, and the Braves have opened this up to 4-0. First pitch on the way to Verdugo. Swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Wheeler at 67 pitches as well. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. You'd like to see them keep working Wheeler. Don't give him quick outs now. Make him try to work out of this inning. We might be able to run him here pretty quickly. The 1-1. Curveball at the knees. Good pitch. Better take by Verdugo. If he swings at that, he's probably banging it into the ground. So a 1-2 count. Brings it. Outside wide, 2-2. Evens up the count. On deck is Harris in the hole. Nick Allen. The 2-2. Swing. Lifts it into center field. Going back. Dying on the warning track for a loud out number 2. I really want to see Verdugo get a home run, man. He's done okay hitting. He's not lighting it up, but we didn't think he would when we brought him on. But I want to see him get that first home run. Maybe he gets it this weekend. Just get off the schneid, because I think it's got to be bothering him. He's a guy that typically, if he's playing every day, only gets you around 12 to 15 home runs. So he's not a classic home run hitter. The first pitch on the way to Harris is swung on and swatted deep. But that'll be a catch at the wall right there, just right at the 409 mark. Would have liked to see him take some pitches, but he did not. But your Atlanta Braves have put 4 on the board, and we will send Chris Sale back out there, baby. Let's go.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
All right, you're going to head down Thurber all the way to the stop sign, and then you're going to get onto Willett.
I do live here, but I don't know a single street name in this development. I know the street that I live on, and then any street off of that means nothing to me.
Head north.
Okay, immediately no. I don't know where north is.
Northwest.
Just give me the address, then I'll type it into my phone.
You got a map?
No, I don't have a paper map.
You have one of those giant maps I could unfurl and point?
I have a map on my phone.
Do you have a globe? You're going to go south on North Street. and then it's going to be 2,000 more meters, and you're there.
Why are you doing meters? Also, again, with the cardinal directions.
Wind is strong, so I would stay off 480.
Well, not driving a boat.
You're going to want to avoid 34. There's going to be traffic.
Avoid the highway?
It's going to be quicker, but you're going to want to avoid it.
Okay, so I punched that in, and the directions are telling me to go a completely opposite way.
That's probably going to take you on like 480.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't trust that.
Why do you not trust your phone with navigation? All of your emails are spam, and you respond to all of them. You trust it then, but you choose not to when it's with no, do not come in the car.
I'm going to print out the 8-page directions on MapQuest for you. I'll be right back.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Ted Williams, when he passed away, parts of his family claimed that he wanted to be put into a state of biostasis through being cryogenically frozen. So, surgeons decapitated Williams, froze his body in a giant cylinder, and froze his head in a steel can. This was done with the hope that one day he could be revived from the dead.
August 3rd, 1903. To the editor, it makes sense to teach a child to play chess. But what is the point of a crazy game like baseball? Here in educated America, adults play baseball. They run after a leather ball like children. I want my boy to grow up to be a mensch, not a wild American runner.
Dear sir, let your boy play baseball and play it well, so long as it does not interfere with his education or get him into bad company. Let us not so raise the children that they should grow up foreigners in their own birthplace.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Braves Country Baseball. Feels good to have a 4-0 lead. Nick Allen is out of the game. Luke Williams takes over. So we got that going on. Another injury. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Dropping like flies here in Philadelphia. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 93 upstairs. 1-1. American citizens walk away from 10 minutes and we scored 4 runs. It's the most we've scored all year. The 1-1. Chops it foul. 1-2. Feels like we haven't scored 4 runs in a week and a half total. 1-2 count. If you're wondering how we got here, Riley doubled to left, scoring Olsen and Ozuna from second and third, and then Ozzie Albies hit a 2-run home run, scoring Riley. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, got him. Bending down and away. 6 strikeouts on the day for Sale. I believe it was 7.5 out in the desert at a plus number. I want to say plus 110. So he's on his way right there. First pitch on the way to Real Muto. Slider at the knees did not get the call. 1-0. Kicks it, swing, slices it foul. 1-1 count. Chris Sale comes set. Fires a 95-mile-an-hour fastball up top. Top shelf strike, it's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Real Muto 1-for-1 with a single in his first plate appearance. He's batting .233 on the year, 5 homers, 20 RBI. The 1-2. Sale's 54th of the night. Baldwin set up inside. 95 misses high. A little bit off the edge, 2-2. I was checking the pitching matchup, hoping we were going to dodge Garrett Crochet. Looks like we're going to get him on Sunday. Is the 2-2. Swing, pops it up. High into right field, making the catch is Acuna. 1 down. I would assume that Bryce Elder comes back to the Braves starting lineup with the injury to A.J. Smith-Shawver. If Allen's out for a long period of time, you got to wonder what they're going to do there, because Luke Williams is not the answer. He's a bench piece at best. First pitch on the way is a slider inside. It's 1-0. He is a huge hole if you have him in the lineup. Not that Allen's much better, but he tends to work his way aboard and handle the bat well with bunts and whatnot. 1-0. Swing. Slaps it foul down the first base line. 1-1. And before anybody says it, don't say it. I don't want. The shortstop just released from the 1-1 inside to him. Just released from the Angels. The 2-1 pitch swung on, chopped over to third. Riley's got it, fires it over to first, and it's a 5-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the fifth. Luke Williams will lead us off. Joy and Rapture.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. How did Mariano Rivera accidentally save the life of one of his teammates? In the 2001 World Series, the Yankees had a 1-run lead against the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the ninth. But in Mariano's second inning of relief, he gave up an RBI double to Tony Womack and a walk-off single to Luis Gonzalez. The planned victory parade in New York was canceled, which meant a change of plans for infielder Enrique Wilson. He was scheduled to leave for his home country of the Dominican Republic 8 days after the World Series, but because the Yankees lost, he moved up his flight a few days. His original plane was American Airlines Flight 587, which ended up crashing and causing the deaths of 265 people. The next year, Rivera talked to Wilson in spring training and told him, "I am glad we lost the World Series because it means that I still have a friend."
My mother always said that she loved to go to church, but not to hear the preacher. She could read her Bible at home, but she could only be in church. And baseball has some of that same sense of peace that has nothing to do with ideology, but simply with ritual, familiarity, small truths, sort of lessons of the day that we're familiar with before, but may get a little more light on them that day.
See if we can add to this lead here. Braves lead at 4-0. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Tim Anderson was the guy that I was thinking of. I could not place his. All I could see is him get knocked out by Jose Ramirez over and over. He just got DFA'd by the Angels, and he is beyond over the hill for him. First pitch on the way is a 96-mile-an-hour fastball up top. It's 1-0. He's 32 years old, but he's playing like he's 52. I mean, he is done. And he's not well liked in any clubhouse he's ever been in. The 0-1, outside wide. 1-1 count. 3.3% walk rate this year, too. That's just awful. 1-1, outside wide, 2. Made up for it for batting .205 with an OPS under 500. Two-1 count. Pitch on the way. Fastball right there on the outer edge, 2-2. Braves 4, Phillies nothing. Ozzie Albies hit his 6th home run of the season after a 2 RBI double by Austin Riley, and that's where we sit. Luke Williams gets the 2-2. Up top, misses 3-2. Hopefully the injury to Nick Allen is a minor one as he's been pulled for the game. The 3-2 swing lifts it into center field. Drifting over, making the easy catch is Rojas. No way. One down, Ronald Acuna Jr. stands in at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Wheeler, his 79th pitch of the night. Sweeper off the edge, it's 1-0. 1-0. I would imagine that we're going to get an aggressive move by the Braves if they're in it. It's a 1-0. This is high 2-0. To try to acquire a shortstop at the trade deadline. The question will be who's going to be available and who's affordable. 2-0 count, inside 3-0. Braves lead it 4-0 if you're just joining us. Home run by Ozzie Albies. The 3-0 pitch. Inside ball 4. Now they're going to say he went around. Tried to hold up his swing. It was well in off the plate. I think Acuna was swinging at that pitch around Tuesday evening. He wants to go yard here. The 3-1 pitch. They set up inside again. Swing pops it up. Back out of play. The one guy that would be interesting for the Braves to add, though he's got a ton of money left on his contract, but if he gets DFA'd, and that's been a rumor, is Trevor Story. The payoff pitch, swing, slaps it back foul, do it again. Now he'd have to fall to the Braves, but Trevor Story, who's off to a very slow start again in Boston, in fact, he's been benched a few times recently. He signed I think it was a $140 million contract. Still has, I believe, one more season left on that one. The 3-2. Swing pops back foul. But if Boston releases him, you would sign him for the veteran minimum, and Boston pays the difference. Well, that's a big leap right there at this point. The payoff pitch, outside wide ball 4. So he does work his way aboard, and your Atlanta Braves got 1 on, 1 out, leading 4-0.
Bravo. Bravo.
Drake Baldwin, your batter. First pitch, curveball down and in, 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0 to Drake, inside 2-0. Man, oh man, if the Braves could start solving Wheeler, that would be a big, big step in the right direction, especially because if we do make the postseason, we're likely to run into him. The 2-0, right there at the knees, 2-1. Two 2-1 count, Acuna at first. 1 out. Leaning towards second. The pitch. Swing and a miss at the curveball, 2-2. Nasty curveball. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the splitter well off the edge, 2 away. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna one for one. First pitch on the way. Sinker inside. Called for a strike? Nah. Takes all kinds, doesn't it? It's 0-1. That pitch was well inside. The 0-1. 92 pitches in. This may be his last inning. Swing, broken bat, heading towards center field. Making the easy catch is Rojas, and that'll end the inning. Braves get one on, but can't do anything with it, but we will head to the bottom of the 5th, leading by 4.
What did you say to your old teammates at the end there when you were standing in front of the bench?
Take their ass home. Long flight to LA, take y'all ass home.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. How were blue check marks on Twitter partially caused by Baseball Manager? Hall of Famer Tony La Russa, when he was managing the Cardinals in 2009, a La Russa impersonator posted something on Twitter that made Tony pretty mad. The troll tweeted, "Lost 2 out of 3, but we made it out of Chicago without one drunk driving incident or dead pitcher." The tweet referenced La Russa's DUIs, as well as Darryl Kyle and Josh Hancock, who were 2 Cardinals pitchers who had recently died. The tweet was very offensive, and La Russa, who actually has a law degree, ended up suing Twitter. The case was eventually dropped, but as a result, Twitter introduced verification badges to make sure that the accounts with them were genuine.
It all starts with just one thing. Get to know your local beekeeper. You can make sure they don't use chemicals in the hive, that they only sell surplus honey, plus locally produced honeys have a smaller carbon footprint. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
In 1900, the Giants had taken a huge risk and traded their greatest pitcher, Amos Russi, for a 19-year-old rookie. Russi had 245 wins behind him, and as it turned out, none ahead of him. The Hoosier Thunderbolt went back to digging ditches in Indiana. The rookie had no major league wins when he joined the team, but he had 373 ahead of him. His name was Christy Mathewson.
Matty was without a peer. He had a greater variety of stuff than any pitcher I ever knew or handled. His fastball was the equal of Walter Johnson or Amos Russi's. He had the fadeaway down to perfection, and he utilized his knowledge of batsmen with greater effect than any twirler in the game. He possessed wonderful control, remarkable fielding ability, and was one of the finest sportsmen the game has ever known.
Welcome back. Braves lead this one 4-0. Chris Sale at 59 pitches, so he's right there on that front. That's about where you want to be heading into the 5th inning. Lefty-righty, first pitch on the way to Weston Wilson is a 4-seam fastball inside. It's 1-0. I hope the Braves don't rest on their laurels and continue to chip away and get runs. Because in this house of horrors, I just feel like no lead is safe. 1-0 right there at the knees, 1-1. 1-1 count. Way outside wide. Slider misses to him. The 2-1. 94 at the knees. 2-2. The 2-2. Wilson takes his time out. Sale comes set, turns and fires. Swing, fouls it down the line, out of play. 2-2 pitch. 97. I mean, come on. You need that call. That was ticky-tack at best. Top half of the ball hit the zone. You got to give him that strike the way he's been pitching tonight. The payoff pitch. Swing, chops it over towards third. Do it again. Such a bad call by home plate umpire Mark Wegner. We haven't had him much. But all in all, he's called an okay game, but that was, man, a guy's pitching the way he's pitching, you got to give him that call. It's right there in the zone. The guy's all over the place, I get it, but that's not the case. The payoff, down and in, ball 4. So Wegner's going to cost us a walk here. Nobody out here in the 5th. Hopefully Chris can rebound. First pitch on the way to the left-handed bat of Stott is a 4-seam fastball up top. It's on 1. The 0-1. Lefty. Kicks and fires. Swing. Sends it to left. Drifting over, making the catch is Verdugo for out number 1. Wilson will head on back to first. One down. Thank you, King James, for that donation. First pitch on the way is 95 right there on the inner cut. To Rojas, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Sale steps off the bump for a second. Lefty-righty matchup. The infield is back and to the left. The 0-1 from Sale. Inside, did he go around? He did not. 1-1. They checked down the first base line. Livensbarger said no dice. One count. Right there at the knees. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing, slices it foul, do it again. Just got enough of that to stay alive. One-two count. Swing, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Just got enough of that to keep it going. Go ahead and change the view in case the double play does come in order. One-two. Once again, swing, spoils that one, 96 out of play. Rojas flew out in his first at bat. He's batting .247 this year with 1 homer, 12 RBI. Really known as a glove man. But he tends to platoon with the lefty on the bump. 1-2. Sale turns and kicks. Swing, chops it back to the mound. Over the head of Sale. Ozzy's got to hurry. He'll fire it to first. 4-3 put out, 2 down. On the play, Wilson was able to make his way down to second base and get into scoring position. Ozzie had to wait for the ball to get to him. He had no shot at getting Wilson the lead runner. Smart play by Ozzie just to go to first to get that out. And Sale 1 out away from getting out of this jam that was basically caused by the home plate umpire on the bad call. First pitch on the way to Turner is a foul pitch off the slider up top. It's 0-1. Turner 0 for 2. In the dirt, good block by Drake. 1-1. 1-1 count. Bottom of the 5th. Chris Sale at 78 pitches. Like to get him out of this inning right about here. Could get us all the way into the 7th with Chris. The 1-1. Down and in. Did that get him on the foot? It did, and he'll head on down to first. So a pitch down and in gets Turner on the foot. His back foot. He'll easily walk down to first. Trainer's come out there to check on him, but I think he's going to be okay. I mean, he got him with the slider. It wasn't the fastball. He hit him on the top of the right foot, his plant foot, but the foot was actually raised when it was hit. It was not pinned. He is gingerly walking down there. You would, I don't know. If I'm Rob Thompson, I think I'd be tempted to take him out, but it looks like he's going to stay in. If he does have anything, last thing you want to do is prolong that injury. Game is still right there in the balance for the Phillies, so they'll leave him in. Kyle Schwarber, I've said it before, he's got 4 career home runs against Sale, stands in now. First pitch on the way. Down and away, it's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. First and second, 2 out. Pitch. 96 does not get the call either there. He is really pinching him for a guy who's pitching well. It's 2-0. Two-0 count. The pitch. Didn't get that call either, 3-0. He's not giving him anything on the outside part of the plate. Right there for a strike on the outer edge, 3-1. Last thing you want to do is just lay one in there. Bohm is standing on deck. The 3-1 pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. And Chris Sale starting to spin out of control. 25 pitches in this inning. Might be a good time for Krantz to go talk to him. Not that you think that Chris Sale is freaking out by any stretch of the imagination. He needs just a reset and catch his breath, and that's exactly what Krantz is going to do. He's going to go out there and talk to him with the bases loaded. One swing ties this game. Alec Bohm can do just that. Only game going on right now in Major League Baseball. We take the quick break. Blue Jays 11-0 over the A's. Jacob Lopez was on the hill for Oakland, or The Athletics. No longer. And he lasted an inning and 2/3. Gave up 7 earned. Oof. He had a really good outing last time. A little surprising. First pitch on the way to Bohm's, 98 miles an hour, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fifth pitch of the evening. Swing, fouls that one back. It's 0-2. 97 miles an hour high in the zone. An 0-2 count. Sale 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. If he can do it here, we might be able to get him through the 6th. I think getting him through the 7th is a lost cause at this point. The 0-2 from Sale. Slider misses down and away. Nowhere near the zone. No offering by Bohm. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing pops it back foul. Slider on the outer half of the plate. Do it again, 1-2. The 1-2 from Sale. Swing, dribbles it up the middle. Luke has it. Cool hand Luke over to Olsen, and that will get us out of the inning mercifully. My word. Let's head to the 6th and get out of that inning. Braves lead it 4-0. We got the heart of the order coming to the dish for your Atlanta Braves.
I am so baked right now. I'm like a pie that smells like pot. I'm a pot pie.
Things you might not know about Ty Cobb. Number 1, he made his major league debut with the Detroit Tigers 22 days after his mother unalived his father, thinking he was an intruder. Number 2, by the time of his death, he held over 20,000 shares of stock in Coca-Cola and owned bottling plants in 3 different states. Number 3, he hit 9 home runs during his 1909 Triple Crown season, all inside the park home runs. He is the only player in the modern era to lead his league in home runs in a season without hitting a ball over the fence. Number 4, he caused the first player strike. After being suspended for attacking a spectator, his teammates went on strike to protest the lack of protection of players from abusive fans. Number 5, in 1913, he became the first baseball player in history to be paid a 5-figure salary when he signed for $12,000. Number 6, he still remains the only player with 2 35 or more game hitting streaks. He also had 6 hitting streaks of at least 20 games. And finally, number 7, he had 23 consecutive seasons in which he batted 300 or better. The only season he didn't bat 300 was his rookie season.
Anyway, in my spare time, I also enjoy stuffing animals, usually with other animals. For instance, a badger will hold 5 squirrels. A mouse will hold a shrew and a vole. You get the idea. Circle of life. I have broken the sound barrier, but you must never ask me how. I don't believe in the moon. I think it's just the back of the sun.
I love a good train wreck.
Stop it, you. She doesn't know you're joking.
No,
he's joking?
John McGraw may have championed the old brawling brand of baseball, but his greatest star was Christy Mathewson, a pitcher with a record for clean play so spotless that his wife once felt she had to defend him by saying that while he was a good man, he was no goody-goody.
Christy Mathewson was so virtuous, he would not give interviews to sports writers who he heard cheated on their wives.
Atlanta Braves lead this one 4-0. Zach Wheeler is going out for his 6th inning. His 94th pitch is a swing and a miss strike to Olsen. It's 0-1. Olsen 1 for 2 with the double and a run scored back in the 4th inning where the Braves have done all their damage. The 0-1 up top, misses high, 1-1. My guess would be they at least want to get him past Riley, and then if anything's cooking, they would go get someone out of the pen. If not, if he has 2 up, 2 down, he would face Ozzie. Because the 1-1's right there at the knees, 1 and 2. They do have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. One-two count in the dirt. Good take, 2 and 2. Looked like that was Carlos Hernandez warming up in the pen, but I couldn't make out the jersey number. The right-hander. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it down the left field line, but that'll stay in play and into the glove of Wilson. 1 away. Wheeler now at 98 pitches. Looking to see if there was anything out there on that trash heap on the waiver wire in Major League Baseball for a shortstop that may be available. Doesn't appear there is anything. Of course, there's always guys that can become available. First pitch on the way is down and away sweeper. It's 1-0. I don't even think Nacho Alvarez has begun doing work from his injury way back in the spring. Last time I checked in on that, he was still on the IL. 1-0. Inside, almost gets him. 2-0. 2-0 count. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch to Riley. Misses high. 3-0. Riley raked a double down the left field line. His last time up, he's 1 for 2 with that double. 2 RBIs and a run scored. And Ozzie Albies banged him home with the home run. The 3-0. Misses high, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. Well, all right. Let's get it going here, Braves country.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
It's so funny watching the video there. That little computer dude runs exactly the way Riley ran to first. I mean, to the T. First pitch on the way. It's a 4-seam fastball down and in. It's 1-0. Ozzie hit a 2-run shot his last time up. Just snuck over the right field wall, but it was good for a 4-0 lead for Atlanta. That's where we stand. Open stance from the left side, the 1-0. Swing, fouls it back 1-1. Little surprised that they are not going and getting the right-hander out of the pen. Up over 100 pitches. But they did use quite a bit of that bullpen in the first game. The 1-1. Outside wide 2-1. Two-one count. Pitch on the way. Outside wide. 3-1. I would think if he walks Ozzie here that you've got to go get him. He's sitting at 106 pitches. The 3-1 from Wheeler. Inside ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And yeah, that'll do it. Thompson's going to come get him out. First and second, 1 out. And the manager, Rob Thompson of the Philadelphia Phillies, he's coming to get Wheeler, and that'll do it for him. We'll be back in a flash to introduce the new pitcher coming out of the pen. We got something going here in the city of brotherly love. this date in 1905, according to legend, Dodger hurler Elmer Strickland introduces the spitball, helping Brooklyn beat the Giants 4-3. Before the 1921 season, the pitch will be banned, except for 17 existing hurlers who can keep the slippery pitch legal under a grandfather clause, including Burleigh Brimes, the last player to throw a doctored pitch legally before retiring in 1934. On this date, 1909, recently elected William Howard Taft joins 14,000 fans at Pittsburgh's Exhibition Park to watch the Pirates play the Chicago Cubs, becoming the first sitting president to attend a baseball game outside of Washington, D.C. The commander-in-chief proves to be a bad luck charm when the Bucks drop an 8-3 decision to the Cubbies, marking the only time the team loses in 19 games. And on this date, 1922, the Supreme Court rules that organized baseball is a sport, not a business, exempting the major league clubs from antitrust laws and interstate commerce rules. The unanimous court decision held that professional baseball did not meet the definition of interstate commerce because their travel between states is incidental to the business with all the revenue generated from the actual games. Carlos Hernandez, it was him warming up in the bullpen. 6.41 ERA, right-hander. Set to take on the left-handed batter Verdugo. First pitch is a knuckle curve inside. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. 99 right down the pipe. It's 1-1. Verdugo 0 for 2. You'd like to see him get a base hit. Get his back going a little bit, getting ready for the weekend. The 1-1. Swing, fist it back foul. Braves lead it 4-0 if you're just joining us. Ozzie Albies, 6th home run of the year, the big difference maker. The 1-2, pops it up. Can of corn over by third. 2 down. Carlos Hernandez. Throws a 5-pitch mix, but primarily it's the 4-seam, the slider, and the curve and split. He does have a sinker, but that's only about 2% of the time. The 4-seam he leans on, and it's a good one at 57% of the pitches. Is that 4-seamer, 99 miles an hour, whistles inside, fouled back. It's 0-1 to Michael Harris. The slider and curve at 16 and 14%, and the split at 10. The former closer of the Kansas City Royals is the 0-1. Outside, high, 1-0. It's a little surprising to see his ERA so high. He was a pretty good reliever with the Royals. 1-1 count. Down and in, 2-1. Phillies will definitely be looking for bullpen additions, along with everybody else on the planet at the trade deadline. That seems to be the name of the game for the contenders. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, chase the splitter off the plate, 2-2. Deuce is wild here in the top of the 6th. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. As the sun starts to set, well below the walls here in Philadelphia. The sailor sky high, the 2-2. Baltimore chopper through the infield, and Trey Turner's going to have to eat that one. It's going to be an infield single for Money Mike.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your gang tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Good speed beat that out. We've got ducks all over the pond. 2 outs. Luke Williams coming to the plate. He can keep the line going. Ronald Acuna Jr. stands on deck. A chance to blow this open. First pitch on the way. 87-mile-an-hour slider on the outer edge. It's 0-1. 2 outs here, but you got speed all over the base paths, including the man at the plate. The 0-1. Swing, rips it over to the right field side. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. Austin Riley comes home. It's 5-0 Atlanta. 2 runs will score. Here comes Ozzie Albies. It's 6-0 Atlanta. And Cool Hand Luke comes through with a slap single on the right-hand side. Sliced it. If Bohm is over there where he normally would be, holding on the runner, it's going to be an easy out. But he slid to the inside because they knew there wasn't much of a chance of the runners going, and it actually backfired. On the play, Harris goes to third, and we've got runners on the corners, 2 outs, and here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. First pitch swinging, boom, goes the dynamite high and deep into center field. It's going to die right there at the warning track for a loud out number 3. But now for your Atlanta Braves put 2 on the board. It's 6-0 Atlanta. We go to the bottom of the 6th.
Dude, what am I doing? I'm moving sandbags 15 feet that way. That's what I'm doing.
Why?
Does it look like I know?
I said I was always that guy that sat in my living room watching you guys play in the World Series and thinking, man, I would love to be there and experience the euphoria of what it feels like. You know, I just never thought that I'd be one of those guys that got to do this, honestly. And it's really cool. I'm telling you what, it exceeded all my expectations.
It snowed 4 inches last night. Is that a lot, ladies? Or no, you need like more. That's nothing. That's like no snow. It's average? Is it average?
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Sammy Sosa is one of the legendary home run hitters of the steroid era. He hit 60 home runs in 3 different seasons, but unbelievably didn't lead the league in any of those years. Every year, either Mark McGwire or Barry Bonds had more.
Small boys had admired other players. They worshipped Christy Mathewson. He was the perfect hero for his age. He seemed to have sprung from the pages of the dime baseball novels American boys now devoured. Sports writers and fans across the country called him the Christian gentleman. No one did more to improve the reputation of the baseball player, and he did it with style.
Matheson would always wait until just about 10 minutes before game time. Then he'd come in from the clubhouse across the field in a long linen duster like auto drivers wore in those days. And at every step, the crowd will yell louder and louder.
He was a commanding presence on the mound, methodically directing the rhythm and pace of each game. He could throw a ball into a tin cup at pitching range, a player remembered, and he took a scientific approach to his work, carefully cataloging his pitches.
Chris Sale's going to go back out there for inning number 6. He's sitting at 89 pitches. You'd think the first sign of trouble will go get him. They'd love to get him through the 6th inning and then turn it over to the pen. As we sit here in the middle of the order, at that point, if you could get a 1-2-3, you'd be asking the pen to get 3 innings, and the first set of outs would go against the bottom of the order, Philly. First pitch on the way to Nick Castellanos is swung on and whistled back foul. It's 0-1. Braves infield back into the left. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls it away. 0-2. Castellanos, who went 4 for 4 in the first game, is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in this game. Batting .286 on the year with 4 dingers. The 0-2. Way high out of the zone. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing rips it over to third. Line drive into the glove of Riley. 1 away. Hard hit ball. First pitch on the way is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Alexis Diaz was traded to the Dodgers. Wow. Did they get anything worth a hoot for him, Kerry? I'll check at the break. I didn't know if you saw who they got for him. The 0-1. Right there. 0-2. I know he's been struggling, but man, that kid's got an arm. He's got a live arm. Dodgers are just collecting these guys that other teams are giving. Other franchises are giving up on. The 0-2. Down and in 1-2. My word, if he was on the trade block, why wasn't Atlanta involved in that time? Come on! Get it together, Braves! I wonder if that might have been something internal. 1-2 count. Pitch on the way, 95. Caught, looking strike 3. Backwards K in your column, 2 down. Two down. Sale looking to finish this inning off and call it a night. First pitch on the way, 4-seam fastball. Banged high and out of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty righty. Brings it. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Sale comes set. His 100th pitch. Misses high and out of the zone. 1-2. Sale sitting at 7 strikeouts. So if you took that over, this is a key at bat here. This is his last batter, most likely. The 1-2. Swing, slaps it foul, will do it again. There are a lot of people who put a lot of hay on his over or under at 7.5, and they're sitting at the edge of their seat right now. The 1-2 count. Sale about to throw pitch 102 of the night. Turns, delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 8. So if you took Sale, you cashed in. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Tell me you white without telling me you white.
What does that mean? He means you're. It's slang. You white means you're white. Oh yeah, I'm that.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Vladimir Guerrero Sr. was a hitting machine and is of course the father of superstar Vladimir Guerrero Jr. But did you know that Vlad Sr. was almost a Dodger twice? He spent 8 months at Dodger facilities as a rookie in 1993, but they decided not to sign him. Then when Vlad was a free agent in 2004, Dodgers went after him again. In fact, the Dodgers were so close to signing Vlad that their executives were congratulating each other for seemingly closing the deal. But he signed with the Angels instead, which is the team that is on his hat in the Hall of Fame.
You could be like, I'm so sad, and somebody's like, oh, but you're beautiful. I know, I'm depressed, not ugly.
In 1905, John McGraw and his Giants won the National League pennant again, and this time, when Connie Mack's Philadelphia Athletics took the American League championship, he agreed to take them on in the World Series. His decision not to play the year before had cost his players $1,000 each, as much as 1/2 their yearly salaries. Mathewson, who had won 31 games that season, easily deceived the hitters on the Athletics in the series, pitching a record 3 shutouts in 6 days, 27 innings, and not a single run. The greatest pitching performance in World Series history. The Giants easily beat Philadelphia, 4-1. With Christy Mathewson, New York looked unbeatable.
Mathewson was the greatest pitcher who ever lived. It was wonderful to watch him pitch when he wasn't pitching against you, Connie Mack.
Pull up a chair. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Most likely that's it for Chris Sale. What an unbelievable outing once again. Chris Sale, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. He did walk 3, though one of them he was pinched for, and only allowed 2 hits. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Phillies. And the Braves lead at 6-0 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. And though it's going to feel like a bad road trip, losing 2 of 3, we will be tied up for the season series. And it's really more, as the first pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin is up top for a ball. It's 1-0. It was the fact that last week went so bad, going 0-2 in Washington and losing 2 of 3 to San Diego. But if we can turn around and win the series against Boston this weekend, it's 1-0, fouled back, it's 1-1. You start to feel a little better about this club. And it sure is nice to see Chris Sale get back to form. Now if we can get Spencer Strider and Schwellenbach doing what they are able to do, be a pretty formidable staff even with the injury to SSAJ. Ball is swung on and banged foul, 1-2 now to Baldwin, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Braves 6, Phillies nothing. The 1-2, inside 2-2. Two count. And if the Braves are within shooting distance at the trade deadline, they will not be sellers. I don't care what you read. Is the 2-2 down and in 3-2. This is a good core. They're not going to be sellers unless they absolutely spin out of control. They're more likely, if they're hanging back there trying to grab a wild card, what you're more likely to do is to make minor additions, maybe some bullpen help. Maybe you get a veteran starter for the stretch run, but they haven't been doing it in the past, so I don't know why that would change all of a sudden. Payoff pitch to Drake. Down and in, ball 4. And he makes his way down to first base. You gotta love the Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
One on, nobody out. Marcell Ozuna stands in against Ross. Ross steps off the dish, off the bump, excuse me. Looks back the runner at first, so that'll be one move there. Ozuna very familiar with Ross. He's hammered a couple, including that walk-off shot earlier in the year. First pitch on the way. Swing! Fouls it back. 98-mile-an-hour sinker. Looked like it got a piece of Real Muto. Appears to be okay. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Ross kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Ozuna walked earlier, singled, and scored a run off the double by Riley. The 0-2. Caught looking strike three. Another backwards K by Ozuna. I mean, it's an epidemic. I've never seen anything like it. He's not recognizing the third strike, and he wants to argue it, but he's wrong. He's dead ass wrong. There's nothing but a strike on that pitch. The whole ball was in the zone. First pitch on the way to Olsen is swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-1. This is where Hires got to pull him off to the dugout and show him that he's wrong. Because sometimes guys get dug in. We've all done it in different things in our life, but you get dug in and you don't want to admit that you should have swung at that pitch. But you got to swing at that pitch. I know it's a 6-0 game and the Braves are cruising, but you don't want to give away at bats. The 0-1 to Olsen. Swing, that ball's lifted high and deep into center field, going back just before the 409 mark for a loud out number 2. F8 in your scorecard. Olsen came very close to putting that into the seats. Austin Riley, your batter, he's 1 for 2. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. 95. Just off the dish. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Comes set. Kicks and fires. Right there for a strike. It's 0-2. Rafael Montero's warming up in the pen, so it ain't over yet. Buckle up for that ride. The 0-2 count. 96 outside, 1-2. Drake standing at first. The infield is back and to the left, so a big hole on the right side. We'll have Braves Country Today tomorrow, noon Eastern, right here on Braves Country Radio, all you country club members. 1-2, outside wide, 2-2. Two count. We'll also be over on TikTok and on Facebook. Preview the Boston Red Sox series, the 2-2. Swing, whistles it back foul. Do it again. And we've got a 7:15 first pitch tomorrow night. A 4:10 first pitch Saturday, and 1:35 on Sunday. The 2-2. Ross brings it. Swing, that ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. A mighty smack over the track. Yanked and cranked. It's 8-0. Your Braves have taken the lead and blown this wide open. A 2-run shot. His 9th home run of the year. 32 RBIs. 409 happy feet later. 111 miles an hour off the bat. And the Braves broken it open 8-0. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. It's a 4-seam fastball. Down and in, it's 1-0. 1-0. Always amazes me that Joe Ross has a job in the major leagues. Wherever he's been, the Braves have pounded him, as well as everybody else. The 1-0, slaps it down the right field line, 1-1. He was a guy that when he came up several years ago, there was high hopes in Washington. He never seemed to turn the page on the next step you have to take. And I thought maybe with him going to the bullpen is the 1-1 misses high 2-1. But that's been a while ago. But when he finally goes to the bullpen, I was like, well, maybe he can perfect 2 pitches, and he's got a good live fastball, but it's always been control with Ross. 2-1. Swing pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn. Trey Turner calls everybody off, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. It's 8-0. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch, Braves country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All right.
Rafael Montero coming on with an 8-0 lead. And he has walked 14 men in 18 innings. So an 8-0 lead is about the best time you can bring Montero on. I like Rafael. I like watching him pitch, but his lack of control. I was hoping he was going to get it under control, maybe working with Kranitz and getting on something, but it has not improved. First pitch on the way, swing that ball, belted high and deep, going back on the track, and it is over the wall. Is it a fair ball? It is a fair ball. Solo shot by Wilson. And just like that, Montero gives up the shutout. He's going around the, I don't know, they haven't put the run on the board yet, so I'm wondering, are they calling it foul? Home plate umpire Wegner, oh no, that's not fair. That thing is nowhere near fair. It goes left to the pole. Oh, wait a minute. Did it hit the pole at the bottom? And it's showing a really bad view of it. You got to show the view. All right. So they have called it a strike. It just missed the pole by about maybe a foot and a half at the base. The 1-0. Or the 0-1 misses is 1-1. As it started to tail downwards, it started to bend towards the pole, but it did miss. The 1-1. Inside to it. 2-1 count. He's gone fastball splitter. 2-1. Swung on and fouled back to it, too. Weston Wilson, he had made his trip all the way around the base paths on his home run trot before he was told that it did not go out. And honestly, that right there should have been a strike because he took way too long to go around the base paths. The 2-2, down and away, 3-2. They did not call it on him. Full count. Pitch on the way. Bang towards the third base dugout. Full count. Montero. Trying to give the Braves a clean inning here. Two. Swing, slaps it a foul again. We'll do it again. If you're building this out in your head on how they would attempt to close this game out, I would think De Los Santos at some point we see. And you might get Iglesias in just to get him work, but you might want to save him for the weekend. It's a payoff pitch, and you go around. They're going to say he did not. Ball 4. So not a home run, but he does work himself aboard with the leadoff walk, and the walks continue for Montero. His 15th walk now versus just 19 strikeouts. Bryson stopped the batter. First pitch on the way. Nowhere near the zone. It's 1-0. Montero's got to be the guy that you cut loose when you do finally bring up Kimbrel. I would just love to know, why are they waiting? The 1-0. Right there at the knees, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Splitter misses. Down and away. 2-1. The 2-1. Swing, pops it up, back foul, and out of play. I mean, when he comes into the game and you're Cranston Snicker, you tell him, man, you got an 8-run lead, my man. Just throw strikes. Trust your defense. You don't have to get too cute up 8 runs. The 2-2 misses. Full count. You start walking batters all over the place. The next thing you know, you got yourselves a fight. There's still 3 innings left here. It's not totally over. The payoff pitch. Swung on, banged on the ground over to first. Olsen fires it to Luke. Luke returns it to Olsen. Stottle beat it out with good hustle down the line. So they attempted a 3-6-3 double play, but Bryson Stott will reach on a fielder's choice. Runner there for Philly Wilson, man, he was all inside the grass in the infield. And that was deliberate. He was doing it because he knew the throw was coming through. If the umpire was worth his grain of salt, Nate Tomlinson, he could have called that whole thing an out. Four-seam fastball is up top for obstruction. Swing and a miss by Rojas. It's 0-1. He started on the inside track, and when he knew the ball was hit behind him, he was running to the inside, preventing a throwing lane for Olsen. And he was well out of the base path. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. If you call obstruction on that, then you can make the argument that it affected the double play. And Tomlinson, the second base umpire, could have rang the whole thing up. He did not, so it's an 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. Braves 8, Phillies nothing. Dylan Lee and Iglesias, those are the main two bullets you have left in the back of that bullpen. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And then, of course, De Los Santos. I would think if the score stays where it's at, personally, I'm giving Lee and Iglesias the night off because I might need them over the weekend on a 3-game set versus the Red Sox, where you might have to use one of them 3 consecutive days. But sometimes they get it in their head they have to use a guy because he's missed X amount of days also. We may see Iglesias. First pitch on the way to Turner. Leadoff hitter, Trey Turner, takes it high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty. Brings it. Swing rattles it off the face mask of Drake Baldwin. It's 1-1. Turner 0 for 2 with the hit by pitch in the 5th. That was the real spot where if the Phillies were going to get back into this game, they had the bases loaded, trailing 4-0. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. And a great job by Chris Sale to get out of that jam unscathed. If this game was going to go south, it was in that exact spot. 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing, pops it back foul. Turner batting .300 with 5 home runs and a .787 OPS. So he really hasn't gotten going the way Trey Turner normally does. The 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. The 2-2. Inside. Ball 3-3-2. Standing on deck is Schwarber. He could change this game with one swing if Turner gets on. You like to see Schwarber in the 8th. The payoff pitch. Just got a piece of it. Chase the splitter down low. We'll do it again. Runner was on the go. Go back to his starting point. He will once again be taken off with a full count. Full count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. And that'll end the inning. Montero walks another batter, but he gets out of the jam. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
My mama always told me I could be whatever I wanted, so I became a problem.
Look, I done told y'all I'm Contredo. I'm country and ghetto. Okay, I might be tiny baby, but I'm mighty. I don't want to fight you, but I will if I have to. I'm crazy. I'm medicated crazy. You better try Jesus, baby. Don't try me. Don't try me.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
People say that, oh, you want to be different so bad, you want to be different so bad. No, I would much rather fit in and be liked. But there's something wrong with me psychologically.
I mean, the less you have going on, the less you have to worry about. Look at me. I got nothing going on. I got nothing to worry about. Except your future.
There's nothing about baseball that calls for any sort of superhuman proportion or skill, or it at least appears that way. There's the illusion that it doesn't. As boys and girls, we grow up playing it, or we grow up playing softball. And we see the people who are playing it professionally now, and they don't look that different from us. They're not 6'8". They don't weigh 275 pounds. They're not on skates. They're not doing something that is beyond our reach. So the connection, for those of us who played it on sandlots and in schoolyards, is very easily grasped.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back. Chris Sale got his 2500th strikeout. That sounds like a huge number. He's the 38th person to do it in the modern era. So it's a big number, but it's not, we're not talking about rarefied air. But it just continues to add to his case for the Hall of Fame. First pitch on the way to Verdugo. He's outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The other big thing to me for him, it's not going to be the strikeout number. It's the fact, is the 1-0, slaps it foul down the line, 1-1. Not only does he have that Cy Young award, but he has 8 top 10 finishes in the Cy Young balloting. And that's not nothing. I say he's already in, but there's still an argument that goes on. 1-1, misses high, 2-1. The Braves scored 11 runs off of Zach Wheeler this year in 2 games this season. To put that in perspective, he had only given up 14 runs combined in the other 10 starts. He had thoroughly dominated the Braves until this year. The 2-1 swing, chops it back up the middle, and that's going to dribble through the infield. And Dr. Doogie's got himself a base hit. It's good to see that going.
What's going on? Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger. Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
Chris Sale has a 1.42 ERA over his last 7 starts. 1.42 over his last 7 starts. First pitch on the way to Harris is inside. It's 0-1. Now, with that said, our offense has been so bad he's only got 2 wins. Total. A 1.42 ERA the last 7 starts, he's got 2 wins. Cutter misses high, 1-1. Make that make sense. Braves 8, Phillies nothing, top of 8. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. It says that Ozzie Albies was the first, his home run against Zach Wheeler. It was the first splitter hit for a home run against Zach Wheeler since 2018. As the pitch misses outside wide, it's 2-2. He had not given up a home run off of his splitter in 7 years. 8 seasons. That's a stat. The 2-2. Swing, chops it over towards first. They're going to make the easy play. 3-1. DeGias is covering. Verdugo will make his way up to second base and into scoring position. First pitch on the way to Luke Williams is swung on. That ball's dribbled over towards short. It's an easy 6-3 put out. One away. If Nick Allen's gone for any period of time, they've got to go get someone to take Luke Williams' spot. He's fine as a backup for a base runner. Go out there and play defense at the end of the game, whatever. But to give this guy more than one at bat in a game is just, it's a death nail to your lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr. stands in. First pitch on the way, 96 outside wide. It's 1-0. Count. Righty, lefty. Matchup. Inside 96, almost gets Acuna in the arm, 2-0. One of the Braves beat writers, they were talking about when Nick Allen was hit by the pitch and the trainer came out to talk to him. He said, you know how you have an injury problem when your third string trainer comes out to check on a player, as the 2-0 is swatted high and deep, going back on the track, making the catch, a jumping catch at the wall is Castellanos, and that'll end the inning. Man, oh man alive, Acuna almost went yard himself. We'll be back in a flash. It's 8-0. We got a snowman on the board for your Braves.
She'll have a whole crotch full of STDs and still call herself a snack. Okay, food poisoning.
Got a text from my ex the other day, said he missed me. I said, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now, I'm at a funeral. He said, oh my God, who died? I said, my feelings for you did. Bye. Armchair.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Prince Fielder is one of the most memorable home run hitters in the recent past, whose career was unfortunately cut short. His father, Cecil Fielder, was also known for hitting home runs. Cecil finished his career with 319 home runs, and 18 years later, his son Prince also finished his career with 319 home runs.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, that's sexy. And that's my problem.
Alta Weiss was a doctor's daughter from Ragersville, Ohio, who began to pitch for boys' teams at the age of 14. At 17, she joined a men's semi-professional team.
Miss Weiss can easily lay claim to being the only one who can handle the ball from the pitcher's box in such style that some of the best semi-pros are made to fan the atmosphere. The Lorraine Times-Herald.
1,200 people turned out to see her make her professional debut. She gave up only 4 hits and a single run in 5 innings. Soon, special trains were being run out from Cleveland whenever she pitched, and thousands paid to see her play. In 1908, her father bought her a barnstorming semi-pro team, which he renamed the Weiss All-Stars. She eventually put herself through medical school with her earnings, practiced as a physician, and spent her last years sitting on her porch in Ohio, watching children play the game she loved. But it would be 4 decades before women finally got a chance to play in their own professional league.
Snowman to an egg as Michael Peterson will be the pitcher coming in. So they must have had him in the traveling with the team in case of an injury, because he is the man that took the spot when they sent SSAJ to the IL in the middle of the first and second game. First pitch on the way to Peterson from Peterson is a swing and a miss. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. We saw him earlier in the year. He has struggled with command down on the farm, but he has got a live arm. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good Lord. 0-2. Schwarber's got to be sitting here thinking, who is this man? This guy comes out looking like Unc, and he's just throwing gas right by me. Oh-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing, fouls it back. Peterson, 31 years old. And he is from the United Kingdom. The 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. Made his major league debut earlier this year. The LA Dodgers. And you know that Dodger team is loaded with offense. When a guy can come in, he was 3-0 in 14 innings. But he had an ERA of 6.43 and he was 3-0. Pitch misses outside, evens up the count 2-2. Infield is back and to the right. The 2-2 from Michael Peterson. MP brings it. Swing! Fouls it back. We'll do it again. Can you imagine being 3-0 with a 6.43 ERA coming out of the pen as a swing man? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. 2-2 count. Pitch, swing, check swing, pops it up. Can of corn, and it's going to take a funny hop. Williams, I don't know why he let that ball drop. That was a bad defensive effort by Luke Williams. He kind of slowed up and figured he's going to play it on the hop. There's no way he was going to get the runner. You got to dive out for that play because nothing bad is going to happen if you miss the ball. Schwarber's running through the first base line. You at least got to make the attempt to make the dive because there's no way on a Baltimore chopper like that, essentially. That's how high it went in the air on a pop-up. I know choppers are normally off the, but you get my drift. It went up that high. You got to lay out for that. And if you don't get it, fair enough. First pitch on the way, 99-mile-an-hour fastball, rocketed to right field. Drifting back, making the catch is Acuna. One down. I kind of wonder, because they brought Acuna in halfway through the first game, and he just batted. I was a little surprised to see him come out for defense. I thought they might go get Eli White out there and put him in right field. First pitch on the way to Castellanos. He slaps one towards left center. It's going to get down for a base hit. Harris cuts it off, fires it into the infield, and it's going to be a one-out double for Castellanos and the Phillies. So don't go anywhere. It's not over yet. Wonder how long they'll let Peterson twist in the wind out there. Coming to the plate now would be JT Realmuto. On deck, it's Sosa. Wilson in the hole. Braves lead by 8, but they still need 5 defensive outs to shut this down. First pitch on the way. 90 right there on the outer block. It's 0-1. Good cutter by Peterson. Realmuto is 1 for 3 with a single in the second. The 0-1. Cutter nowhere near the zone. 1-0. One count. Pitch. Cutter. Misses well inside 2-1. Braves 8, Phillies nothing. The infield back into the left, willing to give up the run for the out. Pitch, swing, chops it over towards short. Williams has it. He'll flip it to first. The run will score, and it's 8-1. But there are 2 down, and the runner at second stays put. Did I just read that right? I could have swore I just read Peterson's mouth when they went back to him and he said bullocks. I could be wrong. Maybe I got the English thing in my head. I could have swore he said bullocks. 2 down. Edmund Sosa, your batter, righty-righty, first pitch. P at the knees, 98. It's 0-1. By the way, Peterson is 6'7". 0-1, swing, lifts it towards left field. That's going to get down. That's going to be a base hit, and that's going to be another run. And what in the hell was that throw? Verdugo threw the ball to the ground. When I say to the ground, he didn't throw it to anybody. He threw it to the ground as he was letting it loose from the outfield. It maybe went 15 feet in front of him and then dribbled into the glove of Peterson. And the Phillies have got this lead to 8-2. One on, 2 out. 8-2 your score. First pitch, 90 at the knees. It's 0-1. Peterson throws a 4-seamer and a cutter most of the time. That comes in at a 94% clip. He does have a sinker that he throws 6% of the time. The 0-1. 98 outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Peterson looks in and brings it. Swing and a miss, 98 up top, 1-2. Wilson, who's 0 for 1 with 2 walks standing at the plate. The 1-2. De Los Santos is warmed up in the pen. Caught! Look at strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry all the way from bloody England. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Honey, I'm from the South. When I say, what did you say? I'm not asking you to repeat it. I'm asking you if you go with Jesus because you're about to meet him.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Do you sometimes sit and just be thinking like, man, I can't believe my best friend's a thug?
You're not a thug.
Yes, I am a thug.
You're not a thug.
Yes, I am.
How are you a thug?
I took hip-hop classes, Chad.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. In the 1995 MLB draft, the Montreal Expos chose a 17-year-old catcher from San Mateo, California, named Tom Brady. But Brady decided to pursue football instead.
The 1906 Chicago Cubs, believed by many to have been the best team in baseball history. They moved smoothly to the pennant that year, winning 116 games and losing just 36. One key to the Cubs' consistency was their infield, the celebrated double play combination of Tinker to Evers to Chance. Chicago fans loved them, but they did not much like each other, or anyone else for that matter. First baseman and manager Frank Chance fined his players $10 if they so much as shook hands with an opposing player. Second baseman Johnny Evers was so touchy that his teammates called him the human crab, and he missed one entire season after suffering a nervous breakdown. Shortstop Joe Tinker was ordinarily a cheerful man, but even he refused to speak with Evers for 2 whole seasons after a quarrel over cab fare.
By the way, the Kansas City Royals have released outfielder Hunter Renfroe. Keep an eye on that, see if anything happens from that. Rays have signed Kyle Gibson to a contract. He has been terrible this year. You watch, he's going to get to Tampa and win the Cy Young. Drake Baldwin leads us off. First pitch on the way, misses up top, but called for a ninth inning strike in an 8-2 game. It's 0-1. The Diamondbacks have signed Nicky Lopez, and I was wondering about that because I saw that he was out there, but the Diamondbacks have grabbed Nicky Lopez. If he was available after this game, the Braves would have went after him. I guarantee it. The 1-1. Swing, slaps it foul. 1-2. Because if you have any kind of stint for Nick Allen on the IL, hopefully it's just precautionary and he's fine. But if there's any stint on the IL, we're going to be in trouble at short. The 1-2, fouls it back. With that being said, before anyone brings it up, no, I wouldn't want to keep Orlando Arcia because his days are done. Sean Newcomb, our old friend, by the way, was traded to the Oakland Athletics from the Red Sox yesterday. 1-2. Misses outside 2-2. Continues to be DeGeis on the mound. He's at 18 pitches. Orlando Arcia, in case you missed it, he did sign with the Rockies. They're going to go out there or JT's going to go out there and talk to DeGeis. Maybe got mixed up on the pitches. Here's another guy that I was wondering about. The Angels signed Chris Taylor this week, and he would be a perfect fit coming off the bench. I don't know why the Braves didn't go after him. Talk about a guy that can do it all. The 2-2. Swing, chops it foul, we'll do it again. That would have been a perfect fit for the Braves to be able to bring in a Chris Taylor who can play outfield, infield. You can still put him as a base runner. He still has good speed, the 2-2. Slice foul and out of play, we'll do it again. Joel Payamps has been DFA'd by the Brewers last week, and I haven't seen an update on him. I wonder if Atlanta might take a stab at him. The 2-2. Chopped over to second, 4-3 put out. Baldwin down, 0-4 on the day with the walk, one away. And Rich Hill, about 2 weeks ago, was signed to a minor league contract by the Royals. I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but we'll keep an eye on that. I can't believe Hunter Strickland is still around. He signed with the Angels. Man, the Angels will sign anybody. Angels are a more pathetic version of what the Atlanta Braves do. They'll just bring anybody in. First pitch on the way. It's off the plate to Ozuna. It's 1-0. The 1-0 misses high, 2-0. Hunter Strickland, I don't know if y'all remember him. He hasn't been relevant in about 7 years. Maybe 5. I'll give him 5. The 2-0, down and in, 3-0. Mark, I've asked that question a million times. I don't know. I keep thinking the next time we return home, we're going to see him be brought up. 3-0, right there at the knees, 3-1 by Ozuna. He's pitched well. To my knowledge, he's not working on any kind of injury. I think it may be a point where the Braves are trying to keep depth and they don't want to release somebody. 3-1 up top, right there for a strike. 3-2. But for my money, you got to get him in there because you got to find out what does he have on the major league level? And if he doesn't have it, then you got to start looking for his replacement, right? The payoff pitch. Up top misses ball 4. Ozuna will head on down to first. Because I'm not convinced that he's going to be this great reliever when he comes up, but we got to find out. You don't want to wait till August to do it when all the moves have been made and you can't do anything else. You get, man, this guy's getting tattooed up top. He's pitching very well in the minor leagues. There's always a big jump there, and you just don't know what he's going to have. But every time I think that he may be being brought up is the first pitch on the way to Olsen. It's a cutter up top. So 1-0. I can see the argument against it because of who they're facing. Because he's pitched in Philly. They're like, are they worried about some kind of, I don't know, getting into his head? Because the 1-0 misses 2-0. When we were up in Boston, I thought maybe we'd see him in that time frame, but we haven't seen it. So if we don't see it at this homestand, I don't know when we're going to see him. 2-0 count. Just grabs the outer edge sinker, 2-1. Misses high, 3-1. Pirates Cove, they both fought Harper. Papelbon choked Harper out in the dugout when he was in Washington for not running out a ground ball. Strickland got into an actual fight with Harper when he hit him, and Harper charged the mound in San Francisco. 3-1 pitch, swing, slices it foul and out of play. No matter what the national media tells you, Bryce Harper's not a very popular player. He's had a few guys take a poke at him. Full count, payoff pitch, down below the knees, ball 4, so another walk. I wish we had this much patience when the game was close. Braves lead at 8-2, and Austin Riley will come in. First pitch to Riley is way outside wide, 1-0. Inside, 2-0. That bird explosion was on our turn back time not too long ago. Y'all are talking about in the chat on YouTube. The 2-0 pitch. Inside. 2-1. 2-1 count. The one that always stuck out to me was the one with Dave Winfield up in Toronto because he was arrested for hitting a bird. Like it was his fault. The 2-1, inside, 3-1. The bird flew into the field of play, and Dave Winfield was playing for the Yankees. They were playing in Toronto, and he threw the ball from the outfield, and it hit a bird and killed the bird. And the Toronto police wanted to press charges on Dave Winfield. They eventually dropped it, 3-1, outside wide, ball 4. So he walks another batter. Guy, he's spinning out of control here. He's got 38 pitches. I'm sure that Rob Thompson is talking to his pitching coach, Caleb Gotham, who's going out there to talk to him. Caleb Gotham is basically saying, dude, we're not bringing in another guy out of the pen, so figure it out or your ERA's going through the roof. What is DeGeiss's ERA right now? Looks like he's never given up a run. He's at 38 pitches. Brett DeGeiss. Is this his first outing? This is his first outing of the year. And it is his first outing ever. Though he did play in the systems of Texas, Arizona, Seattle, Miami, Toronto, and now Philadelphia. First pitch to Ozzie Albies is outside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, chops it foul. Just foul down the first base line. 0-2. Let me correct that. He has had some outings. They just didn't have it registered on his game log. He did have some outings in that time period. He's thrown a total of about 56 innings in his career over 6 years. The 0-2 misses down and in, almost gets him in the leg. 1-2. Sure, Ozzie doesn't want to get plunked, but if he wanted a free RBI, that was a soft pitch. He sticks his leg out there, he's going to get an RBI. 1-2 count. Swing, slaps it back foul. We'll do it again. Standing on deck is Verdugo. Harris in the hole. It's excruciating long inning for an 8-2 game. Come on, man. I am exhausted. The guys, get it together, son. The 1-2. Swing, rolls it over towards second. It's going to be an easy 4-3 putout. I don't know if Stock knew that there was only one out. Ozuna will score. It's 9-0. He did not have a sense of urgency on that. And I know the game's a little bit out of hand, but you'd have thought that he might have. I guess he's tired too. He played the first game. We'll give him a break. Second and third, 2 outs. Verdugo, first pitch swinging, slices it foul. It's 0-1. Verdugo, 1 for 4 on the day. Kicks and fires. 91 up top. 1-1. 1-1 count. Second and third, 2 outs. DeGeis, his 46th pitch, slaps it foul. Infield back into the right. The 1-2. Swing, lifts it. Into center field. That'll be a lazy fly ball out, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead at 9-2. We need 3 outs. Come on, Braves country. Let's get out of this dump.
You know, it's a song that justifies drinking any time of the day. But, you know, you just say it's 5 o'clock and it's okay, right? But it only works for drinking. You know, you can't show up late for work and be like, hey, 9 o'clock somewhere.
Imagine thinking I'm a hoe and you still can't get with me.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Wade Boggs was one of the greatest contact hitters to ever play the game. He was also known as a guy who had some weird superstitions. He would field precisely 150 ground balls before games, he would start his batting practice at 5:17 p.m., and he would run sprints at 7:17 p.m. Additionally, he would write the Hebrew word Chai, which means life, in the batter's box before every at-bat, even though Boggs isn't Jewish.
I just stopped in for a little drink to settle my nerves before I go to work. What sort of work do you do? I'm an airline pilot. I was on a flight from New York to L.A. a couple weeks ago, and the plane lost an engine. Oh, don't worry, it'll turn up. There's a lot of pressure being applied. It's quite a sobering thought to realize that there are hundreds of people on my plane all depending on me.
If you don't like me, just say that. Okay, I don't like you. Why would you say that? It's so mean.
These are the saddest of possible words. Tinker to Evers to Chance. Trio of bear cubs and fleeter than birds. Tinker to Evers to Chance. Thoughtlessly pricking our gonfalon bubble. Making a giant hit into a double. Words that are weighty with nothing but trouble. Tinker to Evers to Chance.
Well, I'm of the school that believes that we know the names Tinker, Evers, and Chance more because they fit the metric requirements of Franklin P. Adams' poem. Evers was a great ball player. Tinker was a damn good shortstop. And Chance could hit well. But if you look at their record, they didn't make any more double plays than anybody else in the league at the time. They just sounded awfully good.
Eli White will come in, like I had suggested last inning. I think he should have been in the last inning. Eli White will come in for Ronald Acuna Jr. into right field, and we will get eyeglasses in the ninth inning, mainly because he hasn't pitched all week. We want to get him some work. I just hate the idea of this because you know what's going to happen the moment you use him. You're going to need him 3 days in a row in a 3-game series in Boston, or at home against Boston. First pitch on the way, 93-mile-an-hour fastball off the edge. It's 1-0. But I get the idea of it. 1-0. 94. 1-1. You saw the little note that I just put up there. Sale is the quickest per innings to the 2,500 strikeout mark as the 1-1 misses, 2-1. The problem with Sale is he had so many injuries over the years. He's missed so many years. He's not nearly as quick to that mark as other guys have been as far as on their birth calendar. The 2-1 swing and a miss is 2-2. 2-2 count. Swing, slaps it back foul. The biggest thing you could take out of this is if you could get a quick inning out of Iglesias, it could go well towards his confidence. The 2-2. Down and in, 3-2. He fell. He slipped and fell. And here's hoping he's okay. He's saying he's okay. Just slipped, came out from under his left foot. His plant foot came out from under him. Man, we got to get out of this dump. Everybody's getting hurt. Right where he landed is a dark spot on the mound as the pitch swing fouls back. He cleaned his cleats off, and maybe that had something to do with it, but dark spot right there on the mound. You just wonder if all the guys have been wearing that out, if it just gave. Biggest thing that does is it messes with your confidence on throwing the pitch. The payoff pitch. Swing lifted. High and deep into left field. Going over the head of Verdugo. It's a double off the wall. The leadoff double. We got trouble brewing here in the ninth inning once again with Iglesias on the mound. Iglesias with his 5.75 ERA. Verdugo looks like he's upset with himself. I don't know why. That ball was scorched over his head. He played it well off the wall. One of the things I do like about Verdugo, he always looks mad at himself, like he hasn't done what he should have done. But he played that well off the wall, to be honest with you. First pitch on the way to Rojas is a sinker. Right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Swing. Dribbles it up the middle. Williams has it. Flips it to first on a 6-3 put out. The runner runs down to third. One down. Top of the order will come back up in the form of Trey Turner. First pitch on the way to Turner is sliced foul, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. Turner 0 for 3 on the day. Batting .299 on the year. The 0-1. 95 out wide, 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing, that ball sizzled up the middle. That's going to be an RBI single. And it's 9-3. Bringing Kyle Schwarber to the plate. It's not over yet. And his ERA will continue to climb. It's now at 6.10. If that's your closer, that's a problem. Schwarber could make it real interesting with one pitch, one swing. First pitch, four-seam fastball. Down and away, it's 1-0. And Iglesias is still looking at his landing spot. So if nothing else, it's in his head. 1-0. Change up right down the pipe, it's 1-1. I mean, he's got the right to ask for the grounds crew to come out there and fix whatever the heck's messing with him. 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Change up off the edge. Whatever you do, don't throw that slider. That's been the pitch that's been getting smoked. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the changeup. 2 down. He's still continuing to mess with his landing spot and his shoes. I mean, I'm a little surprised that, not really. What am I saying? Most other managers would have complained by now, and we would have gotten some doctoring of the mound by the grounds crew. I'll put it that way. Bohm, the batter, first pitch, down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 95 right down the pipe. It's 1-1. Getting way too much of the plate on these pitches. Infield back and to the left, the 1-1. Swing lifted. He slammed the bat. That might be gone. Did he catch it? Michael Harris, the second. 75% of the world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. He catches one at the wall, robs another home run, his second of the day. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. He caught that right at the wall. If he doesn't get there, that ball leaves the building. Bowman slammed his bat down. It was just going to get over the wall. And he's able to knock it down. But I'll tell you what, Atlanta should have been on the phone talking to the Reds about Diaz. I mean, this is getting a little worrisome. At first I was like, well, Iglesias is going to be fine. But he continues to struggle, gives up another run. And you're going to really get some answers on who do you go to with the game on the line. Because it's not Daysbel Hernandez, that's for sure. And I don't think you have anyone else back out there. You're kind of stuck with the Iglesias situation. But can they get to the trade deadline without acquiring a closer? That's the question. Player of the game, we're going to give the game ball to Chris Sale. Man goes out there and gets 6 innings of 8 strikeouts, shutty ball. And gets to the 2,500 mark. So there's no way you don't give it to him. And the Braves, I'm not even going to worry about the stupid record right now. The Braves get a win, they end their losing streak. And we head back home to face the Boston Red Sox on a 3-game set. And if we can get that series win, we get an off day on Monday, and then Tuesday, Arizona comes a call. all that being said, it was a rough stretch, but we got to the finish line with a win, going back home. Hopefully we play better baseball. Mainly, hopefully this is something to come for the offense, as the offense shined tonight. Y'all have a great one, Braves Country. We'll see you tomorrow on Braves Country Today, all you Country Club members. And if you want to catch it over on Facebook or TikTok, we'll be there as well. Y'all have a great one. Braves win it 9-3.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back